Without safety, no one can thrive, no one can function, and children deserve safety. And the amount of people and children that are growing in survival mode is shocking.
I can't sleep at night knowing that. I can't wake up knowing that children still get abused.
I went into working in the care sector thinking I could make a difference, and I was very optimistic, and I realised that the care system in the UK is broken and the kids that are in that system become re-traumatised.
Let's be very real here. Let's have an honest conversation about this, but statistics are going up, not coming down.
We know that children are being failed on a daily basis.
We see more young people being groomed into county lines. We see more young people going missing.
The system doesn't work. The cases that make it to the media that we hear about, the real tragic cases that get reviews, those are one thing. But we know there's more cases like this.
We're in an environment which is increasingly polarised. We're living in an environment where young people are influenced so much by what they see on the internet, and they're living their lives through what they see on the web.
I have seen so many children, girls and boys, sexually exploited, groomed into criminality, and now the explosion of online grooming. It's no longer just affecting children in the care system.
Children who instead go seeking social spaces online, wherein they end up in friendships that are not real, with individuals who lie about their backgrounds and lie about who they are. And it leads you down a path of anger where a radicalizer will quite simply tell you, I think I've got something that you could do right here in the UK to fix that. I think you could make a difference. And the issue that these solutions, quite often, will harm the child just as they will harm society.
How do you connect with young people in that situation? How do you meet them where they're at?
We often say to people, we are not statutory services, so we are not the police, we are independent. And that breaks barriers and helps create trust.
We wanted to kind of design something that was a little bit of an all-in-one and make it as accessible as possible, but also to really, really focus in on those social bonds that are such a big factor in the healing journey.
We are an independent voluntary organisation.
With specialist mentors, therapists, and a variety of facilitators delivering therapeutic interventions.
For families and children who've had adverse experiences.
Our primary objective is to make sure that young people and children have safer futures.
It takes a healing approach. It looks at therapy as a way of becoming a means of lasting support for young people and children to break those cycles of trauma.
A space for people to be who they are, to show up as they are, and to know that that is enough.
It's a real 360 model. I think it's such a unique way to have these conversations and make sure that people aren't leaving the room triggered, dysregulated, having to then take care of their kids.
This is a space where they feel understood, and without it, they feel like there is nothing there for them because there is no other support network.
What we believe at Lasting Support is to share our learning, share our resources, develop trainings that are responsive to what's actually happening right now.
I think one of the biggest opportunities is for them to become thought leaders. They're at the vanguard. So how can they start to direct the national conversation around how we deal with traumatised young people, how we support traumatised young people? And there's real opportunities for them to influence policymakers, to influence other organisations.
So we do training within schools and for professionals.
We sit on scrutiny boards and advisory boards just so that we can improve the systems and the gaps in the systems.
And we want to make sure that the work that we're doing is making sure that young people and children are heard and are cared for.
If lasting support didn't exist, more young people will end up in jail. More young people will end up on our mental health wards. More young people will end up homeless. More young people will be groomed into criminal organisations. And more young people, unfortunately, will take their own lives. Lasting support is a solution to live a good life.